Today, we're showing you 8 dwarf fruit trees that transform tiny spaces into abundant, delicious gardens. Dwarf fruit trees are game changers for small space gardening. They're bred to stay compact, usually growing just 6 to 10 feet tall, so they fit beautifully in smaller yards, along fences, or even in large pots on your deck. You can reach every branch without a ladder, making pruning, thinning, and harvesting so much easier. But don't let their size fool you, these trees produce full-sized, delicious fruit, just like their full-sized cousins. Plus, they bring gorgeous spring blooms, lush summer foliage, and the pure joy of growing your own fresh fruit right at home. Whether you're brand new to gardening or just working with limited space, dwarf fruit trees make it simple, rewarding, and absolutely beautiful. Let's meet all 8 trees. First up, the dwarf apple tree, a classic favorite that thrives in small yards. These beauties grow just 6 to 8 feet tall and reward you with crisp, juicy apples perfect for snacking, baking, or fresh cider. Let's talk about how to grow them successfully. Plant your dwarf apple tree in a spot with full sun, at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. They love well-draining soil, so if your yard tends to stay wet, consider planting in a raised bed or a large container at least 18 inches wide. Dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball, set the tree so the graft union sits just above the soil line, backfill gently and water deeply. Water deeply once a week during the growing season, letting the top few inches of soil dry out between waterings. Deep watering encourages strong, healthy roots. Prune in late winter while the tree is dormant. Remove any dead, damaged, or crossing branches and thin the canopy to let light and air flow through. This keeps your tree compact, healthy, and productive. Apples are ready to harvest in late summer to early fall. They should twist off the branch easily and have full color. Taste one to be sure if it's sweet and crisp, it's time to pick. Enjoy your apples fresh, baked into pies, turned into homemade applesauce, or pressed into cider. There's nothing quite like the taste of an apple you grew yourself. Dwarf apple trees stay naturally compact and are incredibly forgiving, making them perfect for beginners and small yards alike. Next, the dwarf peach tree, a warm weather favorite that brings sweet, juicy peaches right to your patio or small yard. Growing just 5 to 7 feet tall, these trees are stunning in spring and incredibly productive come summer. Peach trees crave full sun, 6 to 8 hours daily for the sweetest fruit. Plant in well-draining soil in the ground or use a large pot at least 20 inches wide filled with quality potting mix. Make sure containers have drainage holes. Place the tree where it gets maximum sunlight. Water regularly to keep the soil evenly moist, especially during fruit development. Container trees may need watering every few days in hot weather. Always check the soil first. If the top inch is dry, it's time to water. Prune in late winter to maintain shape and remove dead wood. In spring, after fruit sets, thin the small peaches to 1 every 4 to 6 inches. This sounds counterintuitive, but it gives you larger, sweeter fruit and prevents branches from breaking under heavy weight. Peaches ripen in mid to late summer. They're ready when they give slightly to gentle pressure and pull off the branch easily. The color should be deep and fragrant. Eat them fresh, grill them for a sweet dessert, blend them into smoothies, or bake a classic peach cobbler. Dwarf peach trees stay wonderfully compact and manageable, perfect for sunny patios and small backyards. Next is the dwarf cherry tree. Dwarf cherry tree is a showstopper with gorgeous spring blossoms and sweet or tart cherries perfect for fresh eating or baking. At 8 to 10 feet tall, it's ideal for tucking into corners or planting along fences. Choose a sunny spot with at least 6 hours of sunlight and well-draining soil. Cherries don't like wet feet. Dig your hole, plant so the graft union is just above soil level, and water deeply to settle the roots. Water deeply once a week, allowing the soil to dry slightly between sessions. Mulch around the base to retain moisture and regulate soil temperature, but keep mulch a few inches away from the trunk. Prune your cherry tree right after harvest. Remove any suckers growing from the base, thin crowded branches, and shape the canopy. This keeps the tree compact and encourages healthy new growth for next year's crop. Cherries are ready when they're fully colored, firm, and sweet. Pick them with the stems attached to help them stay fresh longer. Sweet cherries are perfect fresh, while tart cherries shine in pies and preserves. Enjoy them fresh by the handful, bake them into pies, make homemade jam, or top your favorite desserts. Dwarf cherry trees stay beautifully compact and are surprisingly easy to care for, even for beginners. Now we have the dwarf pear tree. Dwarf pear tree offers elegant blossoms in spring and sweet, buttery pears in late summer and fall. Growing 8 to 10 feet tall, it's a graceful addition to any small yard or large container. Pears thrive in full sun with rich, well-draining soil. Mix compost into your planting hole for extra nutrients. Set the tree at the same depth it was growing in the nursery pot, backfill gently and water thoroughly. Water deeply once a week during the growing season. Pears prefer consistent moisture but don't tolerate soggy soil. A drip irrigation system or soaker hose works beautifully for steady hydration. Prune in late winter before new growth begins. Create an open center shape by removing vertical shoots and crossing branches. This allows sunlight to reach all parts of the tree and improves air circulation, reducing disease risk. Here's a pear secret: harvest them slightly underripe. Pick when they're still firm and the color is starting to change, then let them ripen indoors at room temperature. They'll develop perfect sweetness and texture. Enjoy fresh pears in salads, poach them in wine or syrup, bake them into elegant tarts, or pair them with cheese for a simple, sophisticated snack. Dwarf pear trees stay compact and manageable, bringing beauty and delicious fruit to even the smallest yards. Next now is the dwarf fig tree. The dwarf fig tree is a stunning Mediterranean beauty that grows beautifully in small spaces and containers. At 6 to 8 feet tall, it produces sweet, honey-rich figs that taste like sunshine. Figs love heat and sun. 8 or more hours daily is ideal. Plant in well-draining soil in the ground or a large container at least 18 inches wide. Figs have shallow roots and adapt beautifully to pot life. Water when the top inch of soil feels dry. Figs are fairly drought-tolerant once established but produce better fruit with consistent moisture during the growing season. Container figs need more frequent watering. Prune lightly in late winter. Remove dead or damaged branches and shape the tree to keep it compact. Figs produce fruit on new growth, so don't over-prune, just maintain size and structure. Figs are ready when they soften slightly, droop on the branch, and develop deep color. They won't ripen further after picking, so wait until they're perfect. Harvest gently to avoid bruising. Enjoy fresh figs with honey and yogurt, make homemade fig jam, add them to salads or top pizzas for a gourmet touch. Dwarf fig trees are low maintenance, heat-loving, and incredibly rewarding for small space gardeners. Here again we have the Dwarf Meyer lemon tree. The Dwarf Meyer lemon is pure sunshine in a pot. Growing just 4 to 6 feet tall, it produces sweet, fragrant lemons year-round in warm climates and thrives indoors during winter in colder areas. Meyer lemons need maximum sun, 8 or more hours daily. Use a large container with excellent drainage and citrus-specific potting mix, which provides the acidity they prefer. Position in your sunniest spot, or bring indoors near a south-facing window in winter. Water when the top 2 inches of soil are dry. Citrus likes humidity, so mist the leaves. Occasionally, especially indoors. Don't let the soil stay soggy, but don't let it dry out completely either. Prune lightly anytime to shape the tree and remove dead growth. Meyer lemons bloom and fruit throughout the year, so you may see flowers and fruit at the same time. Just trim as needed to maintain size. Lemons are ready when they're fully yellow and slightly soft to the touch. They can stay on the tree for weeks once ripe, sweetening over time. Pick as needed for the freshest flavor. Use fresh Meyer lemons in water, tea, baking, cooking, or homemade lemonade. Their sweeter, less acidic flavor is perfect for everything from savory dishes to desserts. Dwarf Meyer lemons are compact, beautiful, and endlessly useful. Next is Dwarf Plum tree. The dwarf plum tree delivers gorgeous spring blooms and juicy, sweet plums perfect for fresh eating or preserving. At 8 to 10 feet tall, it fits beautifully in small yards and even large containers. Plant your plum tree in full sun with well-draining soil enriched with compost. Set the tree so the graft union is just above ground level, backfill carefully and water deeply to settle the roots. Water deeply once a week during the growing season. Mulch around the base to help retain moisture and regulate soil temperature, keeping mulch a few inches from the trunk to prevent rot. Prune in late winter before buds break. Open up the canopy for good airflow, remove dead or crossing branches and shape the tree. This encourages healthy growth and better fruit production. Plums are ready when they give slightly to gentle pressure and develop full color. They should come off the branch easily. Taste one to be sure, perfectly ripe plums are sweet and juicy. Enjoy plums fresh, make homemade jam, bake them into tarts, or dry them for a healthy snack. Dwarf plum trees stay compact, productive, and beautiful, perfect for small space fruit growing. Finally, the dwarf nectarine tree, a smooth-skinned cousin of the peach that's just as sweet and juicy. Growing 5 to 7 feet tall, it's perfect for patios, balconies, and small yards. Nectarines need full sun, 6 to 8 hours daily for the best fruit. Plant in well-draining soil in the ground or a large container at least 20 inches wide. Make sure pots have drainage holes. Water regularly to keep soil evenly moist, especially when fruit is developing. Container trees may need watering every couple of days in hot weather. Check the soil often in water when the top inch is dry. Prune in late winter to maintain shape and remove dead wood. After fruit sets in spring, thin the small nectarines to 1 every 4 to 6 inches. This produces larger, sweeter fruit and keeps branches from breaking. Nectarines ripen in mid to late summer. They're ready when they give slightly to pressure, pull off easily, and have deep, vibrant color. The flesh should be fragrant and sweet. Eat them fresh, grill them for dessert, blend them into smoothies, or make fresh salsa. Dwarf nectarine trees stay wonderfully compact and manageable, bringing delicious summer fruit to even the smallest outdoor spaces. There you have it, 8 beautiful dwarf fruit trees that transform small yards and patios into productive, delicious gardens. The dwarf apple with its crisp, classic fruit, the dwarf peach for juicy summer sweetness. The dwarf cherry with stunning blooms and versatile fruit, the dwarf pear bringing elegance and buttery flavor. The dwarf fig for Mediterranean charm and honey-sweet figs. The dwarf Meyer lemon offering year-round sunshine and fragrance. The dwarf plum with gorgeous blossoms and juicy harvests, and the dwarf nectarine for smooth-skinned summer perfection. Each of these trees is beginner-friendly, compact, and incredibly rewarding. You don't need a big yard or years of experience. Just pick the tree that excites you most, give it sun, water, and a little care, and watch it reward you with fresh, homegrown fruit you'll be proud to share. Start small, learn as you grow, and enjoy every step of the journey. So, which dwarf fruit tree are you most excited to plant? Are you dreaming of fresh apples, sweet figs, or sunny Meyer lemons? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your choice. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Plantify Daily for more beginner-friendly growing tips, small space garden ideas, and daily plant inspiration. Thanks for watching and happy planting.